that time again, people. It's time for a luxury unboxing video, and we all love a bit of vapid content here and there. I certainly do, and this week's video is just that, because I have a very exciting, albeit unexpected, unboxing from a brand that I don't think you guys will have ever thought that I'd be talking about that much, let alone buying from, because I have for you guys here an Hermes paper bag that I will be unboxing from in just a bit. But before I do, I know I will get a lot of questions as to why I'm buying from Hermes, especially for those of you out there that have been following a while. You'll know that I'm a Chanel girl, and while I've previously made videos on this channel talking about Hermes and why I'm a little bit reluctant to buy especially their bags, which is, I guess, you know, the flagship items that you go to Hermes for, and essentially buy all of the Birkin bait, as they call it, just to be able to get offered these very coveted bags. I've never really ruled out buying other items from them, but even with that in mind, every time that I've walked past, say, the Hermes boutique in Harrods, there's always massive queues. There's also that little game that you have to play, don't you, with like waiting lists, and also them sussing out who you are and your buying history and all that kind of stuff, and just the natural exclusivity and VIP nature of getting certain more in-demand items. And you know, I'm no stranger to Hermes, because as you can tell, I've got a couple of items from Hermes. I've got some click-clacks. This is just one that I'm wearing. I actually have two, but it's not items that I bought myself. Those are bought by my mother, who I think is a bit more into that particular brand, and I think she's probably gunning for a Birkin or Kelly or something, so I would be open in the future to buying one of those to give to her. But actually for myself, it's not really a brand that's necessarily appealed to me as much as Chanel has. However, that's not to say that I don't like some of their accessories and footwear and things like that. Those I could get down with, and that's why I decided when I was in Athens just to look up and see if there was an Hermes boutique there, especially given the fact that I can, as a UK resident and not being in the EU anymore, take advantage of the one big perk that I guess I haven't for the last 2 years of not being able to travel, and that is shopping tax-free. With that in mind, let me just open this up and not be super elusive anymore, and I'll talk you through the story as I go. So as you can see, boxes a bit small, so it's definitely not a bag, and there are 2 pieces of paper in here. I'm very actually sad, as a side note, that this didn't come in the traditional Hermes orange little receipt paper pouch thing. It just came like this, which I guess I will talk a bit about my first Hermes experience in a little while, but this is a guess, as you can imagine, just receipts and things. Let's see if you can guess what this particular item is, because I think it's somewhat popular, but maybe not in this particular style. But I do think the colorway is stunning, and I do think the colorway is one that a lot of people do like. So here we go. What we have here is my very first pair of Hermes shoes, and these are I'll just dump this on the floor, I guess. These are the Hermes Oasis Mules, and I will need to check the colorway and everything like that. I will have it on the receipt, actually, I think. This is the, oh no, that one is in Greek, but I can read some of it. So this is the Oasis Mule in mocha. So mocha, I guess, like the chocolate coffee. This is absolutely stunning. And let me just take the other shoe out and bring you somewhat closer. I mean, I'm sat on a high stool, so if I lean further, I will fall over. But there you have it. I will insert close-ups. The makeup is all leather here. They're made in Italy too. And then you've got this kind of wood block heel there. And I think the wood block heel of this mule is probably like 2.5 inches. So now that you've seen these beauties in a bit more detail, let me just run down why I decided to get them, because like I mentioned, Hermes is a bit of a rogue purchase, and there are plenty of other brands that make nice mules and summer flats really. So I decided to get these primarily because I was in dire need of some summer shoes. I've even actually mentioned it in my luxury wishlist video earlier this year. I didn't explicitly mention that I wanted something from Hermes. I cited other examples, I think namely from Valentino, but I did have a dire need for these because in my shoe collection, I've pretty much got black shoes, which are all heeled, which seems in this time of lockdown and going nowhere else really fancy, seems like a bad life decision. But I also didn't have shoes which had nice platform or a good heel height for me to be able to walk in and with all my summer dresses, I didn't really feel like it was appropriate to wear high stilettos or also alternatively sneakers, because I'm also a big sneakerhead, so it was kind of one extreme or another. I've always been aware in that respect of very popular flats and wedges and mules that have come from Hermes. And I feel like the Oran sandal is like the most basic Hermes shoe purchase that you can make. It's everywhere on Instagram. A lot of people unbox them here on YouTube as well. It's very popular. However, this is not actually called Oran. Like I mentioned, it's called Oasis. I wasn't aware of it at the time of purchase. I actually initially went into the Athens boutique thinking that these were Oran. And so when the sales associate brought out the only pair that they had in my size, which was a very, very pure white color, so that would definitely be a no-go for me. I could not wear pure white on the beach or on the street because that is gonna get ruined. It's gonna be a waste of money. That's probably why they were the only pair left. And when I saw them, I thought actually they were really, really flat. There was no give in terms of the arch of your foot or anything like that. There was no platform. I did not realize how flat they were going to be. And I've had in the past very flat sandals. They hurt your feet so much, especially with this kind of flip-flop design where there's no support. I tried on the flat ones, walked around a little bit. They weren't for me. They were too flat. They actually made me feel and look shorter in the mirror, I felt. So I did ask if they had the higher version. I've seen there's like a wedge version with an ankle bracelet thing around. It makes it sound like a prison outfit, but you know what I mean. I think I'll throw up a picture so that you know. But actually, the shoes that he brought out were these ones, and they were, I think, the last ones in my size again, because I think I have a pretty popular foot size 38, so UK size 5. I think it's pretty common, pretty basic, so a little bit of a struggle to find shoes. But once these came out, I knew these were the ones for me. So I just needed to do the test that I could walk in them, because like I mentioned, these kind of things have to be supportive enough on your foot so as not to flop about. And I'm pleased to say, on the first wear around, at least in the store anyway, I'm yet to christen these properly, as you can see, very clean soles. They were quite comfortable walking around. They didn't fall or slide off my foot as have other espadrilles and mules in the past that I've owned do. And to be honest, they look absolutely killer. They have just the right amount of height at the back so as to elongate the leg. And I think the color is just perfect. I do not actually have any tan colored or mocha shoes in my collection. And what I also love about them is the contrasting stitching on the front there. As you can see, they are a different color, they're a lighter color, very cappuccino-esque. I think this is just like a perfect coffee colored shoe. And I think the stitching makes the mocha color really, really pop. I will now just quickly tell you about what the damage is, because I'm sure you guys are very keen to know, especially with Brexit and price increases and things. It's all very elusive, isn't it? And not everybody talks about them. This particular pair of shoes was, with tax, let me just quickly check, 560 euros. So not too bad at all. I'd say that's what, like 500 or maybe less than like 450 pounds, which I think is pretty good for a pair of leather shoes. And the tax actually is 108 euros 39 cents. So with that all deducted, hopefully, fingers crossed, all my paperwork and everything goes through, that the final price will be 451 euros and 61 cents. So that's got to be what, under 400 pounds. That's amazing for a pair of Hermes shoes. And I actually did also buy my mum a little something, which I don't have with me. Maybe I should have actually asked to unbox it like I did for the Chanel bag unboxing on this channel, but I actually bought her a really nice wallet. It's the Portefeuille. I feel like I've just ruined that. It's Portefeuille Burn Compact Invo Epsom. It's beautiful. I think a lot of people get their Birkins and Kellys in that combination. It had contrasting stitches as well. It was beautiful. It's like a cappuccino colour. Loved it a lot. But alas, maybe next time she'll come on here and chat about it herself. It was an early birthday present for her anyway. So that was also tax-free, which we're all very happy about, because as we all know, Hermes can be quite expensive, but actually in the shoe department, not too bad at all. So that is just the pair that I got from Hermes. Will I be buying from them again? I guess if I see anything that I really, really want, for example, the blankets, I would love an Hermes blanket. I think the social media has got to me. I have loved the way that people have styled them in their homes. But I would say from the experience there, it was very, very, felt very rushed. I didn't feel as necessarily valued or doted on as I have been in Chanel. the day that I went, although there was kind of like a mini queue, and there was even people like pushing and shouting outside to come in, and so it was the staff were very rushed off their feet, but I felt it was quite impersonal, maybe because I don't have sales history there. It was interesting because everybody there, including myself, were all wearing Chanel, so everybody's kind of just there to get their foot in the door from Hermes, Birkin or Kelly, but I'm not really about playing those games. The queuing and the time it took for me to actually pay for my transaction was way longer than I thought, and they didn't even have details like putting my receipts in an actual separate wallet. They just dumped it into my bag and I was on my way. I was cheeky and I did ask them about the process of getting Birkins and Kellys. The lady that I asked, who was actually different to the guy that served me previously on these shoes, she essentially just looked me up and down. I could so totally tell it. You know, you've got the sixth sense about this stuff when someone's really eyeing you up and analysing whether you are worthy. She basically did that and was essentially like, not a chance, darling. You have to build a waiting layer to a VIP client. That was kind of my experience there. It was a little bit impersonal, a little bit cold at times, but I've also heard from people who've had brilliant experiences. I think it's really who you know and who you are served by that really make or break an experience, because in Chanel, I've got great essays. It's taken a bloody long time to cultivate them, but they're honestly like my friends. So I think it's a mixed bag. It depends which boutique you go to, depends who you get served with. I know for these are quite hard to find, especially in London, so I am glad to have gotten these. I know my mum is looking for a pair because in her size there were none left. She's got a lot smaller feet, I think they're like size 4 or even less than that. I will be looking for a pair of these in London somehow, maybe in the Harrods boutique, I don't know. I don't want to queue 2 hours though, so I think I got really lucky in Athens. I will try and put modelling shots and things like that, or ways that I've styled this particular pair of shoes, because I think they're really versatile, and so I will insert clips here. Okay people, this is outfit number 1 of I think 3 that I will have for you guys. As you can see, it's a bit smart casual with the clutch, my Prada here, and this very simple, I think it's like this old misguided dress. I think this is a good transitional piece actually for autumn winter if you're going out for a meal. At least I'll have the sleeves covered and things, and then the shoes I could get away with because everything else is covered of sorts. So yeah, let's move on to outfit number 2. So this is outfit number 2, and I've styled these Hermes sandals with a bit more of a street style summer vacay vibe, you know, which I'm not really sure, as a side note, is particularly useful if you're living, also like me, in the UK. Styled with my Gucci pig top, which you haven't seen for a while, but I love it so much. My new Chanel reissue, also in a neutral, and then these shorts, which I actually honestly just steamed on the fly while I was wearing them. Anyway, let's move on to outfit number 3. Okay, and now it's time for the final outfit. This is just a very simple, but in color scheme, actually, with the orange and neutral tones again. Simple outfit that you can just go on for, it could be a date or an actual night out. And I thought I'd also whip back out the vintage Chanel just to break up the Hermes. And actually, the rest of the outfit, in terms of the top and jeans, I guess, they are very high street. My ASOS jeans and my Opoly top. And those are the 3 outfits, so back to me in the past. So anyways, that's this unboxing done. I'm gonna go and tidy all the mess down below away, because the unboxing always leaves a lot of tissue paper and things that I need to go and sort out. If you also have the Hermes Oasis sandals, let me know down in the comments how you've been getting on with them, because I know it is a mixed bag. Anyways, I will leave it here. Thank you for watching as always, and I will catch you in the next one.